Right, okay guys, welcome to the second episode of Shmups You Need to Play. Now, this one, R-Type, released in 1987 by Irem. The history with this game and myself, it would be 1987 actually. I was at college in Bathgate and I had a little arcade, and I remember seeing this game and I was quite literally blown away with the graphics. I just couldn't believe how detailed the graphics were. I mean, it was like an absolute work of art compared to what was out there. I mean, we're talking 1987. You know, you compare R-Type to a lot of games in 1987 and, you know, this was an absolute masterpiece, graphical masterpiece when it came to shoot 'em ups. It really, really was. And even now, I think it still absolutely stands up, you know, graphically. It's a beautiful looking game. I mean, obviously, it was heavily inspired by Geiger, you know, the whole kind of alien thing. But it's an absolute joy to play. I don't think I actually played it. I might have had one shot and I had just completely died extremely quickly. But it was only when MAME came along and I was finally able to play this game along with many others, obviously, play the arcade, and it is one of my favourite shoot 'em ups. I'm not a big horizontal shoot 'em up fan, but this game completely bucks the trend. It's beautiful. Look at the graphics. I mean, it's like hand-drawn graphics at its very, very best. The power-ups, I mean, I'm not a big fan of kind of power-up type games. I think I always prefer basic shoot 'em ups where it's all about skill rather than getting power-ups. But this one, I don't know what it is. The power-ups are glorious. You've got various things. You've got, like, is it the ripple laser? You've got that little blue one. I don't know what the actual names of them are called. You've got the little sort of little droid thing, little orange thing that kind of floats about. But it's a beautiful game. The sound effects are awesome. The graphics are awesome. It plays really, really well. It's one of these games I could have 3 goes off and not get past the first baddie. And then other times I can play it and I'll get to level 3. I don't think I've ever actually got off level 3. I've got quite far on and then I end up dying. But it's one of my go-to shoot 'em ups. And what I find quite interesting about this game is, despite it being a beautiful looking game, I mean, look at the graphics here, it's just awesome. I mean, that baddie is completely iconic, it really is. It's absolutely disgusting looking and it's beautiful. Yeah, what I was going to say, for a game that really looks as good graphically, you would think that home ports would have been poor, but far from it. I don't think there's a bad home port of this game. I really don't. I mean, the PC engine is almost arcade perfect. I think the one thing with the PC engine version of this game is it does scroll horizontally. Sorry, it does scroll vertically ever so slightly. I think it's just to kind of barely fit all the graphics in the screen. Maybe the resolution wasn't what it could be, so it had to kind of allow for sort of scrolling. But getting back to the arcade version of this, it is quite simply one of the most gorgeous looking shoot 'em ups you could ever play. Yeah, there's been other games that have come out since then. There's stuff like Dodonpachi, various other games, Gunbird, all these kind of stuff that look amazing. But for an early game, 1987, it's just a beautiful looking game. And like I said, even now, it absolutely stands up. It's a beautiful looking game. So anyway, I'm doing fairly well. I've not actually died yet now. I hate that particular power up. I don't know what it's called. The sort of yellow one. Basically, it kind of hugs. You can see there. It kind of hugs the landscape. Yeah, let's get the blue one. This is probably the better kind of. I mean, I would say the best probably power up in this game is the ripple laser. It's a big fat bullet thing. That's not a very technical term, but yeah, it's very, it's the most destructive. Now, what you want to try and do here is try and just nestle in just about there, and basically that little bit just below the wee kind of add-on thing, I don't know what it's called, that flashes like so. So if you're kind of just keep hitting the fire button, you will eventually kill the thing. You need to be careful because the snake does get very, very close to your spaceship, as you can probably see there. So I'll just keep pressing the fire button, and hopefully we shall eventually kill this bad boy. There we go. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, this is my first go, and I've managed to get to level 3 without losing a life. Such is life. And this is probably the most, well, I say the most difficult level. It's harder than the first two anyway, for sure, because the spaceship does kind of scroll up and down, and you've got to be very, very careful you don't get yourself blocked in. You've got to try and take out all the baddies as quick as you possibly can. Now, I don't think you can go along the top. You've got to kind of come down here. So try and shoot as many baddies as you can. As you'll see there, they just keep firing at all these bullets. It gets pretty intense. He's struggling here. No. Ah, balls. But you know, every level of this game is just so varied. It's a complete treat to play the game. You want to basically see what the next level holds. It's just such a pretty game. There were 2 sequels. There was R-Type 2, which I've never really played. I've not played a lot of R-Type 2. And there was also R-Type Leo, which up until, I would say, fairly recently, maybe about a year ago, I just thought it was kind of like a remixed version of R-Type, but it's nothing, well, I'm saying nothing like it. Similar game, but I would say that the graphics are even nicer looking. It's a beautiful game. It's probably actually a bit easier than R-Type. If you love R-Type, you will absolutely love R-Type Leo. And that will be a game that I'm definitely going to feature in this thing. Never that sure whether you should keep the little, I don't know what it's called, power up thing, connected to you, because if you've got it connected to the front like so, it basically acts as a sort of shield. So you can, if somebody kind of shot your face on, it's going to protect you. But then obviously you can kind of send it into battle as well to kind of take out baddies before you get them. And I need to try and take out this little gun placement just above me, because if I don't, it's going to be curtains. Quick, move! But I've never managed to get off this level, unfortunately. Come close a few times. Damn it. This is my last life. Start power up, it's going to make this difficult. You really need that yellow thing for this particular level. Anyway, listen, that is R-Type. It is an absolutely glorious game. If you've never played it, and I can't believe there's going to be anybody that's not played this game, if you've never played this game, you absolutely must play it before you die. That's all I can possibly say. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If there's a shoot 'em up that you want to recommend, I have a crack off, please put your comments below. And as always guys, thank you very, very much for watching.